welcome back to DBD Sports Show for the 7th episode. Let's give it a round of applause. Today we're going to get it started with some NFL Combine talk. We've seen a lot of great performances. Some people out of nowhere kind of improving their stocks. Some people that we expected to do well. Dom, is there anyone who really stood out to you that you want to talk about?
Honestly, a lot of people, like the people that we know are going to do good, did good. Yeah. Basically, kind of like besides Mac Jones, he had an okay pro day. But Xavier Collins out of Tulsa, he's one of the only people from Tulsa that actually competed in the Combine, if not the only one. Mm-hmm. He's 256 pounds. He ran a 4.56 40-yard dash. He benched 19 reps. What is the weight?
225.
Is it 225 or 230? And then it's he had a 35-inch vertical, and I believe he's a linebacker out of Tulsa.
Yeah, linebacker.
I think his stock is really rising because he wasn't really talked about like that. Yeah. He was like the 3rd or 4th ranked linebacker, like when everything was started. Mm-hmm. So I think he's going to be either 1 or 2. But Micah Parsons is really a dominant guy from Penn State. Brady, what do you think?
Dude, I like how Justin Fields performed. Like, if we really are able to trade up for him, I think, bro, it's a no-brainer.
Who's this, Justin Fields?
It's a no-brainer, yes. But at the same time, I feel like the 49ers made their move, and it's either between Mac Jones or Justin Fields.
You know what I think is crazy, though? Because we were saying how, like, Mac Jones might fall to the Patriots. Now we're talking about Mac Jones getting taken third overall.
Yes.
Like how does that happen? He didn't even have that good of a pro day.
I feel like it's just the hype because, like, Shanahan talks about him, and he was trying to, like, manipulate, like, actually, like, try to make some of the same throws that Jimmy Garoppolo wasn't making. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, like, I don't know.
Yeah, no, it definitely is a little surprising.
I feel like because a lot of people were saying how Mac Jones, he's ready to win now, but I'm like, wait, isn't basically everybody ready to win now?
He's not in the best quarterback.
But Zach Wilson was just throwing the lights out. It was insane. Like the crossbody throws, everybody was talking about it. Everybody knows the throws. But Mac Jones, he was hitting the ceiling. He was missing everybody. The only person that he really had the connection was Devontae Smith, and like you can look at him running compared to everybody else running their routes, and he just looked like a whole man. Like, he didn't even look like he should have been in college. But, Justin Fields for his pro day ran a 4.44 40-yard dash, which is insane. I think this is the fastest combine I've ever seen. Penei Sewell just ran a 5.06 yesterday for an offensive tackle, which is insane.
Crazy, yeah. That is good.
But, Jamar Chase, he's amazing. Mm-hmm. He's amazing. He said, I forgot what it was, but a lot of people were saying that he could be better than Justin Jefferson was at LSU, because didn't he opt out this year?
Yeah, he did. So that's not like something that's unfair to say, right? Because, I mean, when Jamar Chase was there, he was the number one option.
He ran a 4.34.
Yeah, he was the number one option when he was there. It was Jamar Chase first, then Justin Jefferson. Obviously, Jefferson went first, and he just decided to opt out. So that's definitely not a crazy thing to say. I mean, we'll have to see how his skill translates to the next level. But, I mean, Jamar Chase looks like he's ready right now, to be honest.
So Kyle Pitts, he's, I think, hands down the best player in the draft. Hands down.
Yeah.
He ran
4.44.
Yeah, 4.44. Mm-hmm. He's 245, benched 22 reps. Mm-hmm. His hands are 10 and 5/8 inches wide, and his arms are 33 and a half. I think it was like, someone was saying his wingspan was over like 8 feet or something like that, which is insane. Yeah. And I think they said he had bigger hands than DK or something like that. Like, he's an animal. Yeah. And then just like watching him run his routes, he just covers so much ground. Mm-hmm. Even like in a small like 5-yard like out route, he's just so big.
Yeah, defense is gonna have a lot of trouble with him. Yeah. Like, you can't really single cover the guy. I mean,
who do you think, like, what position is gonna guard him?
See, you're gonna have to switch it up. You're gonna have to vary a lot of things. Like, sometimes, like, kind of have someone, like, ready to double, like a safety, like, watching him, stuff like that. But you're not going to single cover him. I mean, it didn't end well at all in college. Even though double teaming him in college wasn't working. That's when you knew he was ready to go to the next level.
No, that's true. That's true.
I seen him, like, mauling passes so many times from a double team.
And then they threw a linebacker on Devontae Smith in the national championship game. It's like, what are you doing?
What were you trying to accomplish there?
It's stupid. But, I just think that Kyle Pitts is the best player in the draft overall because he's way further better and advanced than the next tight end is, than Trevor Lawrence is to the next quarterback.
Yeah, it's not even close. It's just like, obviously, like, the quarterback position is most important. But when you're, like, evaluating the talent, who's the most different, like,
Kyle Pitts is just an animal.
Matter of fact, he might be the best tight end prospect ever.
Really?
Like, when you're looking at it, like, from, like, you're coming in, like, as this. Like, this is what you are as you're coming in. Yeah. Now, obviously, he's going to have to live up to the hype. But, like,
I agree.
What he's doing.
You're in a 4.4 as a tight end at that size.
I feel like we've never talked to tight end possibly going number 2 overall if the Jets don't go with... Because if they don't go with Sam Darnold, is Jamar Chase going to get drafted over Devontae Smith?
I mean, I think
why
right now,
why would he if he was to?
Yeah. Some people are saying that the Jets want to keep Sam Darnold. Like, why
I've heard that too.
I saw that.
No, I've even heard that they might still keep him even if they draft Zach. Like, I don't understand what's going on.
Exactly, because you keep an older quarterback if you're going to draft someone as like a mentor. But Sam Darnold's barely played. This is like his fourth year. He's not a mentor.
I feel like you can
still
get
hurt
picks back for him though if you want to trade him.
Yeah,
so, like,
I don't know.
They might as well get rid of him
because he's still young. So there's definitely be teams that would definitely be interested.
So I saw. So the 49ers weren't in trade talks with Jimmy G. They said for like a week and a half now, basically since before they traded for the pick. They were like, so all right, so basically we're not taking calls for Jimmy G. We're going to have him in if we draft a quarterback or not. He's going to be the mentor. He's going to be our guy. Jimmy G's our guy. And then just recently they started taking calls for him.
Yeah.
But they want a first-round pick for him in return, at least a first-round pick. So that's why teams are calling, but they're not doing anything because it's too much.
Yeah.
But they were saying that either it was like an insider said about the 49ers, they're going to look for a first-rounder this year because what they're going to do is if they can get a first-rounder this year, they're going to take it. But basically, say they draft Mac Jones, Zach Wilson, Justin Fields at number 3 overall, they're going to have them behind Jimmy G. Have Jimmy G have a healthy final season in San Francisco, and then they're going to get in return at least a first-round pick. Yeah. So either way, they're going to end up with a first-round pick for Jimmy G. So it's smart. Yeah. But it's just like, I just feel like I don't know if a first-rounder is worth it with someone that's getting hurt constantly. Yeah. And we don't even know if his arm's like that.
Yeah, which is why he's probably
going
to give it up.
His record is insane, though.
What's that?
Like, his win-loss record is insane.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree. He's been in good situations as well,
too.
So,
that too.
I mean,
Micah Parsons, who we were saying was the number one. Do we agree that he's the number 1 linebacker?
He probably is. I mean,
he's so fast, like sideline to sideline. I think you were saying it. He's just he covers a lot of field.
He covers a lot of field.
So he's 246, ran a 4.39 40-yard dash, and he benched 19 reps. But someone that actually, like, 2 people that surprised me were the 2 running backs out of UNC. Michael Carter and Javonte Williams. Michael Carter ran a 4.5 and bench 16, and Javonte Williams ran a 4.55 and bench 22 reps, which I think is crazy because at UNC they were just like they were kind of how they were the Bucks of college football because they had that 1-2 punch and they're very, very dominant. And they were saying they're like hungry guys, like they're always ready to win, which I think could be scary because the Bucks are in talks of either getting Travis Etienne, Najee Harris, and then these 2 guys from UNC are on the come up. Yeah. I don't think they'll be able to be drafted before them. Do you think so?
No.
No, I just feel like they're just too dominant.
Yeah, but they put themselves in a good position to get drafted higher. But
right.
I'd assume that Najee will be the first running back off the board, followed by Travis Etienne.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. But they were saying because the Steelers might go with Etienne before Harris, I saw.
What
but I'm
pick
like,
do they have?
Steelers have 21, 22, okay. Something around there. Something around there. But so Justin Fields, he said himself that he's one of the hardest working people.
Seems like it, too.
But Ian Rappaport and Mike Pelissero, I can't remember which one said it, but they said that they got word that Justin Fields was a last guy in and a first guy out.
Yeah.
Which is totally opposite of what Justin Fields is saying. So do you think it's somebody trying to like not ruin, but like diminish Justin Fields' draft stock so he goes to a better team? Or who's lying in this sense?
Well, yeah, there's definitely probably like people trying to like diminish Justin Fields, but I mean, Justin Fields had a great pro day, so I mean,
they said it at the pro day. That's the thing. So it's got to be somebody from Ohio State.
No, but the thing is too, also like the way he probably had like out of the QBs who had their pro days, I would say no QB had a better pro day than him other than Zach Wilson, right? Yeah. So I mean, he's not doing that if he's not putting in the work. Like he seems like he's putting in some type of work. He's running fast. You know what I'm saying? So like, I mean, people are always gonna try to diminish someone's image, but the coaches need to evaluate like what they saw from the eye test, and what the eye test showed that he's in pretty good shape right now.
Yeah.
You know?
Like Daryl said, I feel like his skill level is like it's just natural. Like even in QB1, like he was just insane.
He just got a weird throwing motion. But he holds the ball here when he goes to throw, so it takes more time.
But I feel like I don't know. You can't say that, and then like he goes out and performs like he did. So like
literally.
But like the thing is, once he goes to the NFL, so say like how you were saying he performs like he did, but that could just be all natural.
Yep.
And then say he just might say that he doesn't need to work on. He doesn't even work on it. Like, he's like, look at me, like I'm already good. But that's not gonna hold up in the NFL. Yeah. So I can either kill him or it can help him a lot. So say he goes to like I don't even know. If he goes to like any hard blue collar like gritty team, they're not going to stand for that. They're either going to trade him or just like be like, listen, if you're going to be an NFL quarterback, you need to work hard. But and then a lot of people were saying that Justin Fields, especially me, that he stares down his first receiver. But he said at his pro day, that's what I was taught to do.
Yeah.
He's like, at Ohio State, they only told me to look to this one certain guy and if not, run or throw it away. So, like, we were, especially me, I was coming at him for it, but it seems to not really be his fault. Do you think?
I also saw somewhere that some scout was watching him in high school, and he actually went through, like, 3 reads. So, like, I can see, like, how Ohio State would do that.
Probably their system.
But I did hear that in high school he was able to go through multiple reads. Probably. Obviously, high school is not the same as the NFL.
Right.
But
so Trey Lance, they were saying that Trey Lance is the opposite, I guess, of Justin Fields because he's a first in, last out. And he has a very, very hard work ethic. You could see it at his pro day because he's kind of like North Dakota State, same school as Carson Wentz went to. It's like a not really known college. Could Fields fall below Trey Lance? Just from what's coming out.
No, I don't see him falling
in the hits that he took. Because Justin Fields showed that he's a hard worker. He got hit with 2 nasty hits, the national championship game and the game right before the national championship.
He ended up having the best game of his career.
Exactly.
So I don't see why you pick like Trey Lance over. I just feel like you haven't seen enough compared to Justin Fields. Like, I mean, he showed you like some good flashes on his pro day, but like Fields had like he ended the season on a pretty good note. Like even the game that they lost, like he was playing well.
Yeah.
You know, he showed determination, showed grit. Like the rumors saying that he's not working hard. I mean, I think someone who doesn't work hard wouldn't have taking the hits the way he did and had such a legendary performance like that.
That's
so I mean,
true.
you have a lot of film on him. Like this year was like a little like in and out for him. Like some games he would be like good, some games he wouldn't. Yeah. But the year before that, he performed very well as well. And when he came in at Georgia, he performed well as well. So Fields has a lot of great film, and he only validated it at his pro day. So I think he'll be all right.
Speaking of Georgia, a lot of his teammates were saying that when he came over, and coaches were saying when he came over from Georgia, he didn't want to do anything with the team. He didn't like have any team chemistry. He didn't get to know any of the guys. He was just there for the starting role.
But and that's so hard to believe. Like his stats were just so good.
But like I don't really, if that is true, I don't really blame him for it. He's transferring from another college. He's transferring to be the starting quarterback, so he's going to do everything he can because your teammates are always going to be there. You're the quarterback. You're the leader. You're the leader of the team. So if anybody's going to get to know the guys, it's the quarterback. So that's going to come. But I don't blame him for trying to get to know everybody.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I liked that. Based off of the pro day, Trey Lance had a better arm, I feel like, than Justin Fields. But Justin Fields was more athletic.
Yeah.
But because we saw Justin Fields do it in the big games, literally in the biggest stage of college football. We've seen him do it over and over again, even though they didn't win. Exactly. And Trey Lance, he was at a smaller school, so he could display like his talents at less of a defense, less of a challenge. So I don't think there's any way that Justin Fields should fall below Trey Lance. But a lot of people saying Justin Fields could fall to like 11 or 12.
Yeah, I even heard something about the Patriots like possibly trading up to 11 to get Justin Fields. I'm like, why would I'd be a little confused. How did Justin Fields go from 3 to 11? Like,
yeah.
You know?
But if they get him at 11, that's a miracle.
That's a steal.
That's a miracle.
So since 2000, I was talking to Brady about this the other day. Since the year of 2000, quarterbacks taken number 1 overall are 743, 747, and 8. So they're -4 with 8 ties. Do you think this is because of the teams that they're going to are literally the worst teams in the league? Or do you think it's because of adjusting to the NFL, having like the hype, like, oh, I'm the number 1 pick, I'm all that? Or do you think it's because of hard work?
I think the worst you're going to a bad system, honestly.
You think so?
I think that has a lot to do with it. Because, I mean, even, obviously, like, Joe Burrow isn't near, like, a bust yet. But, like, look at how much he was put in a bad situation last year with the line. You know what I'm saying?
He played good. It was just the line.
Exactly.
Was just,
and, let's say, like, the situation he was in last year stays like that, right?
Yeah.
He's not going to be able to have a good career like that. He's just not.
Right. Yeah.
So, like, a lot of these other situations, like, these bad teams have their own situations going on. Like, they're not really, like, organization isn't in a good headspace. Like, not really putting this organization in the best position to succeed. So it's definitely tough, like, recently, like, on these number 1 picks, because, like, there's a reason why a lot of them have been getting traded and stuff like that, because, like, some of these situations just haven't been ideal. And on top of that, some QBs just haven't, like, performed to their potential. But, like, it's just, like, a little bit of, like, a mixed bag, like, bad situation and just not being able to go to your full potential.
That's why I don't really blame Eli Manning for saying, no, I'm not going to the Chargers, like, send me the Giants. Like, I don't really...
It also it kind of ended up working for both.
Worked for us. Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah.
But like, if I'm going to the league, it's great to be the number 1 overall pick because you're the most talented person in that draft class that year. But you know that as soon as you get to the NFL, it's going to be a total shift.
Yeah, and I think it was Ryan Clark said it. He said, "You're not going to get drafted number 1 overall for no reason. The talent's there.
Right.
So if you end up playing bad, it's most likely because of the system and what the position they put you in. You're not going to perform good on the worst team in the league.
Yeah,
it's just not going to happen.
So do you think the busts, like the quarterback busts that are taking number 1 overall, do you think that's like they just don't do good in the league, or do you think if they went to a different team, it would have been a totally different story?
Yeah, maybe.
Because if you're saying that talent's there, they're obviously better than literally everybody else in the draft.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no way that it's just like, as soon as a player gets to the league, they're just terrible.
Right.
Yeah.
I feel like it's like what's around him and stuff. So do you think Trevor Lawrence is more likely to live up to the hype or not?
I think he's not gonna like. Maybe the first season he's gonna struggle a little bit, but like if Jacksonville,
Like Josh Allen?
yeah, if Jacksonville starts to like put the team in better positions and like get weapons, maybe you can do better. But like, I mean, Joe Burrow had a lot of talent. He had like the best college season ever, and him last year performed well, but he couldn't sustain it. So other organizations too gonna have things that like ruin the player, you know,
Yeah.
like kind of like blocks for like the players to like have to overcome because there's always something like in the way almost.
I agree. So the Jags, they don't really have much help for Trevor Lawrence. They have a bad offensive line, bad defense, and really all they have is like DJ Chark, and he's like a good receiver, but he's not really all that.
He's not even a number 1 right now.
But they can only do so much in this draft to help Trevor Lawrence. So it's either going to be 5 years, 3 to 5 years down the line, they're going to be fighting for a playoff spot again, which I don't think they can go from 1-15 to fighting for a playoff spot in 3 years. Trevor Lawrence or not. I mean, I might be wrong, but
I think it's possible. I mean, you guys also remember this team.
but they have to do so much.
Yeah, they have to do a lot. But I mean, this team was on the AFC Championship game like not too long ago as
3
well.
years out.
3 years out.
removed.
So
you think it's going to be 3 down and 3 back?
maybe not 3 right back, but maybe they should be able to get. I mean, you have Trevor Lawrence. If you build around him,
I think he'll reach the playoffs.
Yeah,
but I just don't think it'll be that soon.
Okay. Yeah.
But so recently, the most notable guy they got is C.J. Henderson, who's a former number 1 overall pick in free agency, and he's a corner.
Mm-hmm.
So they're trying to help out that defense, but they still need to redo unless they can draft a whole offensive line for him this year and get him targets. So do you think, speaking about that, they have the number 1 pick in round 2, right? Mm-hmm. Do you think they're going to use that to try and trade up earlier in the first round to get like a dominant pass catcher for him and target? Or do you think they're going to sit back and try and get Rashad Bateman, Elijah Moore out of Ole Miss? Do you think that's going to happen?
Yeah, I think they're gonna stay so that they don't have to like necessarily give too much up because like definitely like let's say you get Kadarius Toney, Elijah Moore, Rashad Bateman. Like if you sit back and those are the receivers you get. That could be like a good sleeper, like guys come in. Because you have to remember too, DK, someone like DK was drafted late too. You know what I'm saying?
Second round.
So like you can definitely find some gems in the second round as well.
Yeah.
So for the draft, it's just first round the first day, right? And then next day, second and third, then fourth, fifth.
Yeah,
it moves faster like after the first day.
Okay, so I just couldn't remember, but the Eagles were saying that they might draft Jalen Waddle. So they'd have Jalen Hurts, Jalen Reagor, and Jalen Waddle. But a lot of people were saying that Jalen Waddle is too close to Jalen Reagor. They're basically the same wide receiver. But honestly, we haven't seen really enough of Jalen Reagor, because where did he go to college? Do you remember?
I don't remember, honestly.
Jalen Reagor went to...
Let's find out.
The University of Massasoit Community College.
Imagine, UMass. But, I don't know. I feel like the Eagles, because some people were saying that they might try and get an offensive tackle for Jalen Hurts, but I just feel like they need either defense or offensive target.
I think defense is something that they should focus on. I mean, they couldn't stop anyone last year, honestly. Yeah. Like that whole.
And they lost Darius Slay.
Yeah, because I mean, honestly, too, like the offense isn't even like
and
that bad.
Oh wait, did they lose Darius Slay?
I think.
Oh no, they got Darius Slay.
They got Darius Slay. But
yeah, they lost.
You still have Travis Fulgham. They still have him like on offense right now too. So if they add like another wide receiver who make plays, like the offense is set. Just the defense that needs to step up more.
So who's the offensive tackle from Northwestern? His name is I can't remember. But some people saying that he might get drafted before Penei Sewell out of Oregon.
Rashawn Slater.
Yeah. Yes.
Yep. Yeah.
And then I forget. I think it was either Bucky Brooks or somebody else said that Patrick Surtain, the cornerback out of Alabama, could go number 2 or number 3 overall. Which I don't think that's. I feel like there's zero chance that can happen.
Zero.
He might squeeze into the top 10.
I think there's other. I mean, J.C. Horn, I think is just as good as Surtain.
Yes.
Surtain plays for Alabama. Like, J.C. Horn plays for South Carolina. But like when you play for Alabama too, like you have a more of a light on you too, so you're gonna get like more attention. It's just really that simple.
So I think that if you see a dominant. This is why I kind of like Micah Parsons, and I wouldn't be upset if the Patriots got him. It's more intriguing to me personally to see a dominant defensive guy in college, just because all the offenses are so stacked. Mm-hmm. So if you really see a defensive guy shining, it's saying something because he's controlling defense against a high-powered offense.
Yeah.
But based on the pro days, because I don't know, there might be a few more pro days for like Justin Fields, so the 49ers can go. I know that they were talking about that. But based on these pro days, are you guys so happy with their mock drafts? Like, do you think our mock drafts are still right?
I'm pretty happy about mine.
I don't think I'll change anything as of right now, to be honest.
I just don't think.
I feel like 1 and 2 are pretty much set. Like
it depends because
Zach Wilson's going number 2.
I think he will go there, but I don't know if
the Jets don't take him at number 2, they're making a horrible mistake.
What other quarterback would they take if they were to take a quarterback? Justin Fields?
No, you're taking Zach Wilson.
They should.
You should take Zach Wilson. Yes.
So there was somebody that worked for the Jets. And they worked with like the ticket sales and stuff like that, and they were part of like the media for the Jets. And they sent out, I don't know if they sent it out or they were making their ticket advertising for next year, and there was a picture of Sam Darnold on the front. Mm-hmm. So does this mean they know something that we don't know, or do you think they're just using Sam Darnold because he's already on the team?
Probably just because he's already on the team. I don't think it's anything significant.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
Do you think that they should keep Sam Darnold as a backup?
No.
Get picks for him.
Yeah, get picks. Get something out of him. I mean,
but
he's not.
What can they get out of him?
Something.
They're gonna get picks out of him.
I feel like they're gonna get
still young.
Yeah.
He's still young.
Oh, then so you know how you had Adam Gase obviously last year. There's like a chart, and it's all the quarterbacks that were under Adam Gase. I can't remember them off the top of my head.
But most of them haven't been successful in the league, right?
No, as soon as they get out of Adam Gase, they're successful. As soon as they leave Adam Gase. So could this be, knowing this, could this be good for Sam Darnold? Because Rob Saleh is coming in, Adam Gase is leaving, and we know Big Bob Saleh is like more of a defensive coach.
Guy, yeah.
But he's bringing that atmosphere. He's bringing the hype to the team. So maybe I feel like they should keep Sam Darnold for a backup at least as 1 year, and then not sign the extension.
Well, I mean, Sam probably won't even want to do that himself. And I mean, if he's not gonna want to be on board with that, you might as well get something out of him. That's the way I see it.
Do you think that if they do keep him this year, because is it this year they have to sign the extension or next year?
I thought it was. That's a good question. Yeah.
So say if it is next year, do you think the Jets should just release him and not sign the?
If they're gonna do something with
him, or do you think they should sign him and trade him, so they can still get something for him, or do you think they should just release him?
I think they need to trade him. If they get Zach Wilson, trade him now this year.
Really?
Because you want to get something out of them.
Because Joe Flacco went to the Eagles.
Yeah.
And you see Joe Flacco said I'm here for a starting job.
Uh-huh.
That's same something to Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
Joe Flacco has the experience.
Yeah, he does, but I don't know about that.
So, you know how we were arguing about Phillip Rivers if he was going to be in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
What about Matt Ryan?
He will. I think he should.
You think so?
I think he should be.
No.
Why?
He's not a Hall of Fame quarterback.
What has he done that's better than Phillip Rivers?
I think both of them should be.
Really? What about Joe Flacco?
No.
No.
How come?
No.
He hasn't really performed like
Joe Flacco isn't even in Matt Ryan or.
I think they're better than him. But if it's more based on accolades, Joe Flacco has more accolades than Matt Ryan and Phillip Rivers.
True.
But I mean, if you're basing on performance, they both performed like better consistently. Phillip Rivers too has been very consistent throughout his career.
I think Phillip Rivers will make it. I just
maybe
feel
maybe they're not all gonna be first ballot, but like
I think that one.
Yeah.
But I just feel like it's too easy to get into the Hall of Fame in a way.
I feel like the Hall of Fame has become the Hall of Good.
Yeah.
The Hall of Great.
They should have a different one.
There's Great and then there's Hall of Fame.
There needs to be Hall of Fame where it's like the most dominant players in their era. So it's like literally the best players when they're playing. Phillip Rivers has never been the best quarterback when he's playing.
Yeah.
Matt Ryan has been the best quarterback because he won the MVP, but like not the all-around best quarterback when he's playing. Joe Flacco has never been that quarterback. So a lot of these people that are making it in, they're like, I just feel like either they should do that or they should have different sections in the Hall of Fame. So it's like these are like the good players, the really good players, and it's like these are like the guys.
Yeah. They're not gonna like to see that though.
Yeah. No.
But they should know that know that they're not as good as Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Calvin Johnson. Like these people that are gonna make it. Like, you know.
Like, bro, they're going to look at Tom Brady's Hall of Fame, like, resume, and they're just going to be like, not even look at it.
And he could end up next to, like, Phillip Rivers. And it's like, Phillip Rivers is a good, like, well-known guy just because he's been in the league for so long, but, like, he's not Tom Brady.
Yeah.
And then Frank Gore. Frank Gore isn't that good, but he's just been in the league for so long.
He's so consistent.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he's very good because he's been in the league for so long, but he's not, like, he's not that talented.
He's not a game changer.
No. His son's about to be in the league in, like, 2 years or something. He's going to be so old, his son's going to be in the league. But we were talking about it for a little bit. Do you think the Patriots will trade up from 15? And if so, to where?
So now I don't, like, again, I mentioned it earlier. I heard rumors about 11, but I don't think Fields will fall to 11.
Who has the 11? Giants?
Yes,
Giants. Yeah. So, I mean, I honestly think that now they're going to try to trade up because, like, especially since we're hearing rumors about Mac Jones going 3. Like, one day that they could sit at 15 and get him. So,
right.
And they obviously want to adjust their quarterback plan long term. Mm-hmm. And even though they also give Cam Newton that deal because they don't know if he's, like, the long-term option yet.
Yeah.
This is kind of like another trial year for Cam. So, I mean, you probably want to trade up this year, too, because next year's draft doesn't have that talent at quarterback. They really don't.
Right.
So the quarterback at Clemson, the backup is very good.
DJ Uiagalelei.
Yes.
Wasn't he on QB1 too?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, but
he was the backup at St. John's Bosco, right?
Yeah. I mean, like DJ's good, but
Jake Fromm, right?
No, Jake Fromm went to
I thought he went to St. John's Bosco.
No, there was a different guy. It was a light-skinned kid that went to St. John's Bosco. I can't remember if DJ what's his name? Okolele?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Something
like that. Would you say DJ? Yeah. I can't remember if DJ was a starter or not, but there was another kid. And then what's that kid's name that really fell off?
From Wake Forest. He went to Wake Forest. Like, he's no one.
He's
a wide receiver now. And
and the blonde kid.
I don't know.
Yeah.
He went to Bishop Gorman.
Yeah, I know you.
You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah.
What were you saying there? Sorry.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, basically, yeah, like next year, you're not like a lot of QBs like Zach Wilson definitely would have went first overall next year. Justin Fields would have went first overall next year. Mac Jones probably would have too. You know what I'm saying?
Trey Lance
would have probably would have number 1 too. So like,
I think that's crazy. Five quarterbacks are number 1 overall talent.
There's a reason why there was even a rumors at first saying like, oh, could this be the first draft when there's like 4 quarterbacks in a row taken?
It could be
5 quarterbacks in a row taken. So like this draft is very talented. So you know.
Do you think
you just want to? If the Patriots want to trade up, you got to do it this year.
But will there even be a good quarterback at 11 if we were to go to 11? Like, why 11?
I know. I see the rumors about Fields falling, but I don't see him falling to 11.
Yeah, there's no way he's falling from 3 to 11. He's not falling 8 spots. There aren't 8
right.
There are 8 teams in between that like don't need a quarterback. But if they see Justin Fields sitting there,
might as well. Yeah.
If you don't have your franchise guy, and Justin Fields is sitting right there, that very much could be. And if you look at him, he's like, oh, he's better than whoever is sitting there.
Even as the Giants,
can you look up
if you're sitting at 11, and if I'm the Giants and Justin Fields is still there, why would you trade that?
Exactly.
I would take him.
So you don't think there's going to be like a talented quarterback at 11, besides like the second round quarterbacks that will be there? Do you think there's going to be a star quarterback at 11?
No.
There, you pull it up.
They're going all top 10.
Yeah, so I think
probably
order is Jacksonville, obviously Jets, 49ers, Falcons, Bengals, Dolphins, Lions,
Lions are still in the quarterback market, they say. Yeah. So they could try and get from Jared Goff. So that's another team.
Yeah, so Broncos could easily try to...
Broncos are taking a quarterback.
Yeah, so Patriots are going to have to trade up high if they want.
And then who else?
Cowboys, Giants could. Who knows?
Giants, I think they're going
to... It's possible.
If the Giants are at 11 and Fields is there, I would take him over Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
Any day of the week.
Daniel Jones is pretty quick.
Yeah.
He ran like 22 miles an
hour. You can't finish the run.
No, I know.
Yeah, I mean, he'd be falling anyways.
Was so bad. Yeah.
And then you got the Eagles, Chargers. Chargers could take a quarterback.
Yep.
Vikings, then Patriots as of right now.
Chargers.
Why? They got Justin Herbert.
Oh no! I was thinking about Phil Rivers' team. I was thinking about
the Colts.
Yeah, I was thinking about the Colts. Okay. Mistake.
No, they have
Carson Wentz.
They don't need him.
But could they?
No, Wentz is better.
We'll see.
Wentz is better than Jared Goff.
He is better than Jared Goff.
Okay.
Wentz is better than Cam Newton.
No.
I don't know.
No. Just kidding. I'm just trying to piss him off.
No.
So I don't think we will. I don't think that we should. Because if we're going to trade up 4 spots, You know how much we have to give up just to get to that fourth spot?
Oh, yeah. Honestly.
I mean, 4 spots up.
Yeah,
if we're going to move up, we got to get into, like, the top 8.
Exactly. Yeah.
Top 8, top 7.
All right, so, honestly, 15. I still feel like the Patriots will take a QB.
Who's before us? The Vikings, right?
Yeah. Maybe. Who's the Vikings QB right now again? Kirk Cousins. Do you think the Vikings could pick a QB or no?
No, I think they just signed him to a big extension.
Yeah. All right, so.
What was it, 2 years ago?
Yeah, so maybe the Patriots pick a quarterback that they see as best available and try to develop him. I mean, Tom Brady's a GOAT. Tom Brady's a GOAT, but Tom Brady did go really, really low in the draft. So
what's our second round pick?
Our second round pick.
Because I was saying that I saw that we might try and trade up with the Bucks to get Elijah Moore out of Ole Miss or Kadarius Toney out of Ole Miss to get a wide receiver, and if we go Micah Parsons, a linebacker out of Penn State for our first pick.
Oh, we have the 46th pick.
46.
So that's
that's 15 again.
It's 15 again.
14.
Yeah,
I guess.
something like that.
But no, I like Kellen Mond out of Texas A&M, and Kyle Trask had a good pro day out of Florida. But again, this is kind of why I feel like Kyle Trask might be the guy that we're gonna get. He always had Kyle Pitts to throw to, the dominant wide receiver. Then he had Kadarius Toney, the agile wide receiver. Excuse me, did I say tight end or wide receiver?
Hey, if you want to call Pitts a wide receiver,
honestly,
that's fine.
he's everything.
That's fine.
And now we have 2 dominant tight ends.
Yeah, so he's used to
always throwing a tight end.
Trask does kind of remind me of Tom Brady.
Yeah.
I think we'll probably end up with Trask.
Yeah, Trask.
I like it.
Trask is good. Trask is
I
good.
don't mind it. And
he's
that's why I wouldn't
athletic,
really be mad if we go either J.C. Horn. I said that we might try and go J.C. Horn. Is he a safety or
cornerback?
We might go J.C. Horn or Micah Parsons. Who would you rather out of the two? Or would they go somewhere else?
For our team, like I'd go Micah Parsons, but I mean,
I feel like we need more help because he is so quick.
Yeah. Because I mean, we do have what's his name, J.C. Jackson.
Yeah.
So and as of right now,
no, we don't. He's a free agent right now. We never.
We don't resign him.
We just placed a.
I feel like they're gonna
second round tender.
I feel like they're gonna resign him at some point though. I don't think it will not be smart.
So much money.
Yeah, it will not be smart to let J.C. Jackson go.
No.
That'll be nah.
That's why I don't understand. Because we still have so much money, so it's going to transfer to next year. So maybe they're just going to spend half this year. Then we're going to have another good amount next year.
Yeah.
So because a lot of players are signing 1-year deals this year to then face the real market. Because there's going to be so much more money coming in with the new TV deals, the new 17-game season, and pretty much everything opening back up. So look for like beer, hot dogs, nachos. Everything's going to be way overpriced because they need to make that money back.
Right.
Exactly.
So we're going to have the money on top of this year and way more money next year. So then with all the players that are signed 1-year deals, they're all going to be available for us. So we might be doing that. But we need to get pressure on the quarterback. We don't have anybody.
Yeah, straight up.
But Robert Kraft was saying that these past few years we just haven't been good at drafting.
Yeah.
And I disagree with that because in 2017, well, I agree and disagree. In 2017, we got Dietrich Wise in the 4th round. In 2018, got Isaiah Wynn and Sony Michel. And 2019, got Chase Winovich, who looks promising, Damon Harris, and Jake Bailey, who's an amazing punter.
I feel like you can't say you had a bad draft when you just keep winning. Like, even over those 4 years. Like,
I mean, you had Tom Brady.
I know, but at the same time,
I was going to say
winning
that.
Super Bowls. Like, you know what I mean?
But I agree with that, too, because we got N'Keal Harry, who could be good, could not be good at the same time. Jarrett Stidham, who just isn't really like that. And also we got 2 tight ends, Asiasi and I can't remember the other tight end's name, but we got them both, I think, in the 2nd round last year or 3rd round. And we already replaced him this year.
Yeah.
So I agree to that extent, but I don't really agree because. And then we got David Andrews in 2016 or something like that. Like he's so young. So we haven't drafted poorly. We just haven't drafted because not many teams draft that good.
So maybe to be specific, he probably needs the receiver position. Maybe the receiver position specifically. He should enter it out.
Kraft also said that we need to get our quarterback situation solidified. So does this mean that we're more likely to trade up if he really wants to get the quarterback situation solidified?
Yeah, but I mean, the only pitch they're probably going to see they're probably going to explore it. But if it seems like they have to give up too much, they won't do it.
Yeah.
So I know you guys have seen the videos of the Patriots working out recently. Everybody's seen them. Someone special was with them. Trevor Lawrence was with the Patriots working out.
No way we get to number 1.
Does this mean that we might try and make a push?
No way.
I don't think the Jaguars should even pick up the phone on draft day.
Yeah.
Once they lock in Trevor Lawrence, then they can start answering calls and making calls.
I mean, yeah.
But does this mean that we like him and we're going to try and make a push for him?
No way.
No.
You don't think so?
I mean, Urban Meyer already made it clear that Trevor Lawrence is their future. Jacksonville already made it clear Trevor Lawrence is their future. That's why I'm not even talking about him much right now because he's going to Jacksonville. It feels like solidified. So
yeah, that's true.
Not much to really talk about there.
Is he really that much better than the second guy?
It's not even about him being that much better. He just looks the most when you you talk about like what a stereotypical good quarterback should be. He has all of the attributes.
The hair.
Literally, no. Like that's true too. But like, I mean, like the height, size. He's athletic and he can throw good enough. Like he can throw like very well.
He's pretty quick too.
And he's quick. Yeah. So it's just about like, all right. So even if you want to say like Zach Wilson is better than him skill wise, which you could probably save, right?
Yep.
What skill, like arm wise or like speed?
Like arm, but like right. So even if you want to say that, Trevor Lawrence can be developed. Like it looks like he can be developed to be the best, right?
Yeah.
Because at that size, if he starts to like be like accurate, be consistent, he can be the most dominant because of his height and like size. And he's definitely going to be more durable than Zach Wilson is. He's bigger than him. He's taller than him.
I agree because Zach Wilson, he hasn't really been like he's been winning, but he hasn't really like been dominant in college.
And Zach Wilson does face like a little bit less comp.
Exactly.
Which last year though, I mean, the way he was playing.
They faced better competition last year.
One, they faced better competition last year too. Some of the stuff you saw Zach Wilson do on the film, you can't just like be like that's because of when he's like throwing to like moving to his left and throwing. That stuff like that is what made him rise in the draft. I
know what you mean.
Stuff like what he did on pro days what made him like rise in the draft. So Zach Wilson is very talented, but what it comes down to with Trevor Lawrence is the size and the potential that could possibly be there.
I think Trevor Lawrence will be the better overall because Trevor Lawrence has been in one of the biggest colleges, so he's not afraid of the lights on him. He's not afraid of the pressure on him, and he's been winning every single year he's been at Clemson. How many years? 3 years?
Yeah, the moment he came into, he won. You know what I'm saying?
So. As soon as he won the starting job, as soon as he got there from the Elite 11. So it's like he's been a dominant in high school, dominant at the Elite 11 because he won Elite 11, dominant in college. So all signs are looking good. He's going to be like an Andrew Luck. He's probably a better prospect than Andrew Luck was coming out of college.
Yeah.
So I think that he will be most likely better, but again, it depends on the situation. Because when we were talking about early, like, because say Zach Wilson or Justin Fields might have a better career than Trevor Lawrence because of the team that they're going to.
Yeah, so what actually, like...
Because the 49ers already have the team around them.
See, I was about to say, like, whoever goes to the 49ers, I mean, probably Fields or Mac at this point, but, like, whoever goes there could probably end up performing really good because they're in a situation that they can actually like have like some true aspiration to like win.
I think whichever quarterback goes to the Broncos will have the best season in total. Because the Broncos have a great defense.
I say 49ers as well.
I think the Broncos have a great defense.
49ers have a better defense.
Okay.
When they're healthy.
The Broncos, their receiving core, especially with Jerry Jeudy, they have and Phillip Lindsay, but Phillip Lindsay's not the Texans now.
Yeah.
But I think because then they can have that solid number one overall wide receiver, but then they also have Noah Fant at the tight end position, who's a great young tight end. And then, what was it, Melvin Gordon, right? Yep. And he was he on the Chargers?
Yes, he was.
He's also a very good running back, right?
He slept on.
Yeah, he slept on.
The Broncos don't have a bad team. They have a great young defense, especially with Isaiah Simmons, the safety or corner? Safety. They just paid him a ton of money. He's a great safety. But... So you said the San Francisco 49ers would be better? How come?
I think you just have like a lot there, you know. Rather than Ayuk, George Kittle when he's healthy, Javon Kinlaw when he's healthy, Nick Bosa when he's healthy.
George Kittle. He's
Bosa's arguably like top 5 defensive player.
Definitely. Not even arguably. Definitely.
Yeah.
When he's healthy, definitely.
Better than Joey.
Yeah.
I think he's better than his brother.
He is better than his brother. Exactly. That says a lot. What a good family.
And he's good too. Like he's nasty.
Exactly. I hope him and Joey end up on the same team one day.
Yeah.
That's what I want. Because like how like DJ Watt and TJ Watt are on the same team.
Yeah.
I hope if the Bosa brothers are coming on 2 different sides to the quarterback, bro, that's disgusting.
That's scary.
And Eric Armstead up the middle.
That's
scary.
I
hope Joey Bosa ends up in San Fran.
That's scary.
Excuse me, Brady. What's going on with Deshaun Watson?
I think it's over. Honestly, his career is hanging in the balance right now.
It really is.
Like Daryl said, I'll let him take it away because I don't want to steal what he said. But
so like what it comes down to is like when you have like the police are getting involved and like now that, like because of the number it's at, teams aren't gonna want to get involved with Watson right now.
Yeah.
So due to that, like teams are just kind of ignoring him, like letting the situation unfold itself. And like as of right now, like we're gonna like wait and see what happens with the police, right? But like we're gonna kind of find out soon like which direction his career is gonna go in, and it's not really looking too good right now. Cause like it feels like honestly like week by week we're talking is like there's more and more allegations come, and the more allegations come, of course, the worse it is for him. The
good thing is 18 women are now supporting him, but we don't know because I guess he would go. They said 3 times a week he would go, and he would go on his schedule. So sometimes. There's obviously gonna be different people working, but is there really 22? But plus these 18, is there really what is it, 30, 40 other women? Are there 40 different women that he's gone to?
I hope not. Because,
I hope not.
Yeah.
It's a bad look.
That's when, if that comes out to be true, then it's really over.
And the 18 women, some of them were saying that he's obviously been very professional. Like, this is what they were saying. And they were saying, like, obviously when you're a massage therapist, you have to get, like massage them. And they were saying someone that might be new to the massage, like, industry or, like, that line of work, they might have taken it as something that it wasn't in a way. But obviously, whoever is right, I hope they get, like, justice is served either way. Like, we don't really have a side. We just hope, like, everything works out.
Yeah, because so much is, like, unknown right now.
As much as we like Deshaun Watson as a player, we don't obviously like all the stuff off the field. But he seems like a good guy, but this is just, like, totally different. That's why everybody's kind of thrown off. Mm-hmm. So do you think he's going to be on the exempt list for the commissioner? So he's like a paid leave. So when they figure everything out for the season, because their backup, what's their backup? I don't even know.
No idea.
The Texans?
Yeah.
Well, didn't they just get someone else actually recently?
Maybe. Yes, they did. They got
Let's find out right now. Wait, did they get Tyrod Taylor?
Yes, they did get Tyrod Taylor.
Okay.
They did get Tyrod.
And that's a pretty good backup, honestly.
Yeah.
That is a good backup.
That's a great backup.
So they're not going to... I feel bad for Tyrod, though, because we talked about it earlier. I think I talked about it earlier. Like, every time he was finally a starter, all these new quarterbacks would come in, and then he would get replaced.
Yeah.
So maybe this could happen again with Deshaun. Maybe it couldn't. Maybe he finally has his role and finds his starting spot. Do you think he'll ever play again?
Watson?
I hope so, but I don't think so.
Yeah, like... I mean, it depends. Like, if something like ends up going in his favor and like all this isn't true, but like, when is this amount? Like, you start to think like maybe some of it is true. Cause like,
I think some is.
Like maybe some like we don't know the story, but maybe some of it is true at this point. Like even let's say like 20 people, right? Let's say like 18 of them are lying. Right. Even if 2 of them is true, and the extent of which happened, that could ruin his career itself. So.
I think if it's only 2, like you're saying, it's not going to ruin his career. Because Big Ben Roethlisberger has done way worse things. Like, Phillip Rivers isn't all squeaky clean himself. So it's just like, I think if it is 2, he'll probably get fined and suspended for like 4 games or something like that. 4 to like 8. Yeah. We'll say 8 at most. Or a season at most.
Yeah.
But I think, because teams right now, I don't think are even making calls to the Texans. Because you were saying earlier on they were when it was like just a few, right?
Yeah. It seems like when it first came out and it was just 1, like, teams are kind of like I want to say teams didn't care, but they weren't as concerned because like when it's just 1, like you start to think maybe it's like a false rumor or something like that.
Right.
When it starts to stack up, it's like okay, now Deshaun Watson looks bad
because nobody wants to be the team that traded for Deshaun Watson, traded all this stuff, and he can't even play. And exactly. Nobody also wants to be the team. And it comes out they were calling for him the whole time while all this stuff was coming out. So either way, it's a bad look if he leaves the Texans.
Definitely.
So I think he'll leave after his deal is done, but he's not because he just signed a 4-year deal. Year. So he's going to be there for what 3 more years, or was that an extension? Was it 4 years on top of his
extension?
Extension. So he's probably going to be there for say 3 to 4 more years. So after that, he might be gone if he's even playing.
Yeah.
So for the NFL, Daryl, what are some of the new rules that the NFLPA allowed in the NFL?
Well, something I actually wanted to like point out real quick, like before I get to that, like about the 17-game schedule is that like Alvin Kamara came out and said like he didn't like the new schedule. Like,
yeah, he was saying it was dumb.
Yeah, see, when like that, I don't think they should really care like that because like I mean, first of all, how many times do some of these players even play the full season one? And like true. A lot of them are probably going to go to rest games anyway, so I don't see why you can complain like and like. The NFL was talking about doing this for a while now, so it's not like it was something that was random.
It's not a surprise.
Yeah, so I definitely think players like can like find ways to work around their schedule, work something out with their teams if they want to miss a game, if that even is gonna like affect them that much. I mean,
I was saying they're still gonna find a way to only play 16 games. Like they're gonna maneuver their roster.
So it's like
every week, like a different position will take. Like,
you think?
I think like that. I feel like.
I think they're just gonna split for running backs. I think they're just gonna split the carries.
I feel like it'd be somewhat of a load management type thing.
Yeah, they might. It might. Yeah. Maybe like earlier on, like some of the better players are just taking a game.
We could also see like records be broken too.
Yeah, like stat.
That's why I think the stat records for this one. No stat record from the 16-game season is ever going to be broken again. I think from now on it's going to be 17-game season records, and then it's going to be like that because it's just not fair to the other records that are being broken.
O.J. Simpson ran for 2,000 yards in 11-game season.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, he did it way faster.
In 11-game season.
Yeah, but I mean also too obviously back then the defenses weren't as good as like that. But like Like maybe now they could be like, oh, like
Sorry.
wow, but now maybe now they could track it through like 16 games. Like let's say someone does something through 16 games, they could be like, oh, this is record through 16 games, this is record for 17 games.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So for the 17 games, they're making an additional 1/17 of their contract. So players are making say around 16 million a year with $1 million a game. They're gonna be making another $1 million.
So yeah, why are they complaining?
I know.
They're making, this is gonna be as a it's gonna be bonuses, so it's not gonna go towards the cap hit for the 17 game, which is good. So teams are saving money and players are making more money.
Yep.
So it's like I get that like for player safety and stuff, but it's like I don't know, like how we were saying like with the load management and stuff like that. But some of the notable, real quick, did they agree on the Sky Judge?
I don't
know. I don't remember. I haven't seen it. So some notable games are the Cowboys at the Patriots. How do you think that's going to turn out?
I think that should be a win for us, but with Dak coming back, it's kind of unknown how good.
It depends on the Cowboys' defense.
Depends on the Cowboys' defense. Depends how good Dak is coming back from that type of injury.
Yeah, I feel like it might take him a while to get back into form.
To get into form.
Packers at Chiefs. Last time this happened, I think the Packers won. I think the Chiefs are going to win this.
Chiefs.
Saints at Titans. Titans.
Yes, sir.
The Buccaneers at the Colts. I think the Buccaneers are winning.
I just know I'd ever pick once over Tom Brady.
The Cardinals at the Browns. I think the Browns.
Taking Cardinals.
You know what I think is crazy? Especially me.
I'll take the Cardinals as well.
I think of Kyler Murray as this elite quarterback, but the best he's done is 8-8.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because he's such a talented guy.
Yeah.
But that just goes to show how hard it is to win in the NFL. If one of these great players are only 8-8, that just goes to show quarterbacks that are winning at least 10 games, it's special. Yeah. And sometimes they can rely on like the good defense. That's why like the Cardinals kind of struggled because their offense was stellar. Like the defense was like lacking to keep up.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It just popped in my head. So you guys said Cardinals?
Cardinals.
I don't know. Okay, we'll say Cardinals. I hope Cardinals. Rams at the Ravens. I'm gonna say Rams. I don't think the Ravens will be all that. Seahawks at Steelers.
Seahawks.
I'm gonna say Seahawks. But if the Steelers get a run game, if they get Najee Harris out of the draft this year or a good running back out of this draft and improve their offensive line, it could go either way. But I'll say Seahawks too. And do you guys think they're going to add another playoff spot? Because for this year they did, and only one team got the bye. So you think they're going to add another team so the first and second team get a bye again?
I think the only reason they added the spot last year was because they knew this was going to happen this year.
You think so?
Yeah.
I thought they added it last year because they were thinking some teams weren't going to be able to play all 16. Yeah. So they were going to do it based off of winning percentages and not like actual records. So I thought, maybe they were doing it because of that, but I'm not sure. And were there any new rules, any other rules, or were just I think there was like some main ones, but those were obviously just like the obvious ones. And do you guys think they should add any other rules? Like for player safety or just like dumb rules that like, you think they should change and stuff?
In all seriousness, like I think one additional game shouldn't even merit too much more rules. I really don't.
It's better for. Do you think that they should add another bye? If players are complaining about this 1 week, I think they should add another bye. If players are complaining so much, be like, all right, we'll give you another bye.
No.
Really?
I don't think so either.
I think they should add another bye.
They're only playing 2 preseason games, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
And there's a bye week between the preseason and the regular season, I believe.
Really?
So there's a gap week between preseason and regular season.
Alvin Kamara, settle down.
He'll be alright.
Taysom Hill's going to be taking most of the rushes anyways. So Tyler Lockett finally is getting paid. We were just talking about the Seahawks. He just got signed a 4-year, $69.2 million deal, and $37 is guaranteed. Russell Wilson responded saying, "Let's go," with an exclamation point. Does this mean Russell Wilson's more likely to stay in Seattle?
That doesn't change anything.
I never even thought he was going to leave in the first place.
All right, but like I don't think I didn't think he was going to leave to begin with, right?
Yeah.
But Tyler Lockett signing an extension isn't going to sway him either way because the thing that he was calling out was his line.
That's right.
So I mean,
I don't think if anything, if he was going to leave, I think it's going to make him stay more because they already re-signed Chris Carson, they re-signed Tyler Lockett, they're keeping all the weapons around him. Mm-hmm. So it just depends on that O-line. Yeah. And if Russell Wilson, literally all Russell Wilson has to do is agree to run the ball more. It's his fault in a way because the offensive line can only do so much when you're dropping back every single play. So if he just agrees to run the ball, it's going to be better. And with Chris Carson coming back and Tyler Lockett coming back, how far do you guys think the Seahawks will make it?
I see probably the same thing again.
Same exact thing.
Would they win one game?
They didn't win a playoff game.
Really?
So maybe this time they went.
Oh, they lost to the Rams. That's right. That's right.
Maybe they went up.
The NFC's pretty stacked too.
Yeah.
So.
All right, let's get the team wheel going. Let me just go in. I don't know. I hope, especially with those workouts, because the Patriots looked good for those workouts. Cam looked good. Mm-hmm. We saw one of the throws wasn't that good, but he looked good in general. Yeah. And then we saw them working out with the athlete destroying the kid from YouTube. Yeah. I can't remember what team he played for, but he's a very good athlete, which could be cool because he was talking about the Patriot way and stuff. Yeah. Who wants to go first? Brady, Daryl, you want to go first?
Yeah.
All right, Brady. What do the Lions have to do this offseason to get better?
I'm the Detroit Lions. I feel like I still need something better at quarterback. So with that 6th overall pick in the draft, I'm not saying they're going to take a quarterback, but I feel like they should because you can't have a successful NFL team without a quarterback in the NFL.
That's true.
And I don't think Jared Goff is a manageable quarterback.
Yeah, they were saying they're still in the quarterback market, but like, how much of a shot is that to Jared Goff? Because he was unhappy in the Rams, on the Rams organization because Sean McVay, I don't even think he's liked him this whole time. Mm-hmm. He's been shunned there, basically. They started John Wolford over him. John Wolford almost got killed in that game. Jared Goff could have played the whole time. His thumb looked fine. Mm-hmm. So I definitely agree. What about like their defense and their offense and stuff besides the quarterback position?
Yeah, they definitely need to address the wide receiver position because they just gave up their top guy again. Yeah. So
and DJ Moore. Because DJ Moore and Curtis... Oh, no.
I feel like Detroit's always going to be Detroit. They're going to be stuck at the bottom.
Have they even made the playoffs ever?
Not for a while.
I think they made it maybe once or twice, but I know they've never made the Super Bowl and stuff. Mm-hmm. All right, Daryl. Let's see. What do the Titans have to do this offseason?
Titans need to address the receiver position because you don't want to keep overworking Derrick Henry. Mm-hmm. You just lost Jonnu
All they got is A.J. Brown.
Yeah, you just lost Jonnu Smith, so I mean... Like, you definitely want to, and you just lost, what's his name? What's his name?
Other guy.
Was it Corey Davis? Corey Davis. Yes.
He's on the Jets, right?
Yes. So you just lost Corey Davis and Jonnu Smith. So, like, right now, as of right now, it's looking like another season. Oh, let's just do everything through Derrick Henry. And, I mean...
He's going to get overworked.
That's just not the play style.
Especially, if you're looking, trying to be successful long-term, right? Mm-hmm. You're not putting... As good as Derrick Henry is, he's a human. So, can't keep expecting him to do season in and season out. So you gotta get some help at the receiver position, so that you can take some load off of him.
Yep. What about how's their defense looking? Because Malcolm Butler left, right?
Yeah.
Do they still have Logan Ryan?
Yes.
They still have Logan Ryan. That's really the only notable person because Jadeveon Clowney is at the. Where's Clowney right now?
Logan Ryan actually went to the Giants. Actually.
Really?
So
oh yeah, Logan Ryan left 2 years ago, maybe a year ago, something like that.
Yeah.
All right, I'll go. What do let's see. What do the Falcons have to do? Honestly, literally, I feel like all they have to do is just that defense.
Yeah.
Because their offense, Calvin Ridley, Julio Jones, Matt Ryan is still a good quarterback. Todd Gurley could hopefully be good Todd Gurley again like how he was on the Rams. He didn't do too good last season. Fell into the end zone. I think, because the Falcons have, 5?
4.
4.
Yeah.
I think you can't really pass up on Kyle Pitts if he's there.
If he's there,
scary Calvin Ridley, Julio Jones, and Kyle Pitts would be crazy. Mm. But honestly, they would have to go either offensive tackle to help Matt Ryan because he's getting older, quarterback, Kyle Pitts, or Patrick Surtain. Because they need their defense was terrible last year. Yeah. That's really all they need.
Yeah, honestly,
they need to improve that defense.
I agree with you. So, honestly, if the defense is more important, right?
Yep.
But when again, it kind of goes back to what we're talking about, how if some of these teams Justin Fields just falls to him, just grab him. If Kyle Pitts is there, grab Kyle Pitts.
Exactly.
And then try to adjust the defense with your other picks throughout the rest of the draft.
Because say if Trevor Lawrence is gone, Zach Wilson's gone. We'll say 3. We'll say Mac Jones is gone, and they have 4? Mm-hmm. Trey Lance and Justin Fields are going to be there. So, do you believe in Matt Ryan enough to pass up on Trey Lance and Justin Fields?
Yes.
For how long? For how much longer? Because he's 36.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, honestly,
because this draft class there's no other.
Yeah.
So it's is there another quarterback that's going to be as talented as them, or are they going to wait later on to get a Kellen Mond or Kyle Trask?
I feel like you can win with Matt Ryan. Not that he's ever won anything.
That's true.
But in 2016, they had the best offense in the league and one of the worst defense in the league.
And he's still playing well. It's just the defense has got worse.
Yeah. So imagine if they had a good because he's been playing with a bad defense pretty much.
Yes.
Excuse me, for the past few years. So if they get a good defense, because if they get Kyle Pitts, it's kind of like the Bucs and the Chiefs situations. They keep getting targets and they don't need them. Yeah. But their offenses are stacked.
Yeah.
It's like so that could be the same thing. I think they should either target one of the running backs out of North Carolina later on if they fall to the second round, or in the second round draft a Kellen Mond or something like that. Have them learned under Matt Ryan because they're developed, but they're a second round quarterback. They're not with this talented draft class, so they still have room to grow.
Yep.
So I think that I think Kyle Pitts there would be insane. Oh my God. But he won't have the same production he would do on a different team just because of Julio and Calvin. Yeah. But Julio and Calvin are both hurt at different times this year.
Yeah.
So, a sport's coming back, America's pastime, baseball. Why don't you talk about that, Brady?
It's not really on a good note. The Texas Rangers are opening their ballpark up to 44,000 people.
Full capacity.
They are requiring masks, but 44,000 people. Just picture that.
Not everybody's going to be wearing masks, too.
No.
We know people.
Yeah.
In Texas, too.
Yeah. Yeah, Texas is the worst. Texas is the worst right now, in Florida.
On masks. Yeah.
What's up?
They already lifted their ban on masks.
Exactly.
Even though the ballpark is requiring them, I still feel like...
Not safe.
Who's telling 44,000 people?
Didn't it snow, too?
Yeah.
Where did it snow?
That was in Detroit.
And then that's where the guy hit the home run, right? Who was it? Who was it?
Miguel Cabrera.
And some of the good teams are losing right now.
Yeah.
The Dodgers lost, the Yankees lost, and the Cubs lost. I saw that the Padres won, right? How are the Padres?
The only thing with baseball is, right now, I feel like it's a 162-game season, so one or two losses right now isn't going to affect them in the long run.
Red Sox lost.
Red Sox aren't good, though. Yeah, they're not good. But
I think they'll make a playoff spot.
No.
I think they will.
Yeah, they might. Baseball, anything can happen.
How many playoff spots are there in baseball?
I think there's 8 from each.
8 from each league?
Yeah, I believe.
Bro, I still don't understand the different leagues. Like, I really don't. The American League and then the...
National League.
I don't get the difference.
But I'm assuming the Dodgers still be the favorites because, I mean...
They're going to win.
Adding Trevor Bauer to that team...
They're going back to back.
Like,
you think so?
It's not even, like...
you just added Trevor Bauer to that team.
If they don't, it's a bust.
Do you think it'll be Dodgers, Yankees?
Dom, just to put this in perspective, they're like the Nets of baseball.
No, that's literally what it is. That's literally
MVPs.
Like, they're already good without Trevor Bauer. You just added Trevor Bauer to that.
Okay, so they have 3 MVPs and the reigning Cy Young winner.
Mm-hmm. What is the Cy Young?
Is the best pitcher in the league.
Best pitcher.
Okay.
So just think about that. And they have Clayton Kershaw, who's also a Cy Young winner.
Mookie.
Yeah.
So it's
Wow, stacked.
It's already the end of March, but March Madness is still going on. Daryl, what's left basically in March Madness? Because the dance is almost over.
So well, like I'll just go on both sides.
Yeah.
So the women's side has been like very interesting recently. Like the games have been really interesting. Yesterday was an upset for both like games. South Carolina was expected to win.
Really? I thought Stanford was expected to win.
What's it called? But South Carolina, like just like the way Don Stanley has like been like had them like playing recently and stuff like that. Like they were just like people. UConn and South Carolina would have brought in better ratings regardless, right?
Oh, okay.
Because like those are just the more popular teams. And UConn was definitely expected to win, like definitely expected to win. And
they lost by 10 to Arizona.
And they lost like wire to wire.
Yeah.
So I mean that was definitely interesting, like because like people like just didn't even expect Arizona to win at all. And on the men's side,
wait, before we go to the men's, did you see the ending of the South Carolina Stanford game?
Oh yeah, so
the non-foul.
So are you referring to the Baylor UConn game when those non-foul? Do you mean the?
Oh, that was Baylor UConn.
That was Baylor UConn. Yeah.
That was Baylor UConn.
So Baylor UConn, DeJounte Carrington like was fouled on her elbow and her face and they didn't call it.
She got smacked right in the face.
So hey, maybe it was karma why UConn got like blown out like that.
Yeah. But yeah, then the South Carolina Stanford game, it ended basically because someone from South Carolina, they missed 2 shots, right?
Yeah, so
someone missed a layup and then someone missed a putback.
They had a fast break South Carolina was like out of timeouts at the time. They got a steal. Mm-hmm. They had a fast break, got one look, missed it. Aaliyah Boston, their center, she had a putback opportunity, which she almost always makes, but she missed it. So like they're all very sad after because like it was that close to going in. And, like,
do you think what's this girl Paige's last name?
Paige Beckers.
Beckers.
Yeah.
I thought it was Buckets. Paige Beckers. Do you think she should declare for the draft? if she can. Because Stephen A. said she's the Curry of the women's basketball.
I don't know if she can right now because I know WNBA has different rules with that. So I don't know like how.
Is it like a certain minimum number of college years?
I think it's a certain minimum number or a certain age you have to be.
Okay.
But she's obviously
she's a freshman,
enough.
right?
Yeah, she's a freshman. She's obviously good enough, But I mean, there's other people that are really good as well. Caitlin Clark could be a better prospect at the next level. Because, I mean, obviously, Paige Becker plays for UConn. She's going to get more attention. But Caitlin Clark, even, like, Kevin Durant came on and said, like, yo, she's a bucket. Like,
really?
Because, like, she's tall. She can shoot from anywhere, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But, I mean, there's definitely a lot of good prospects right now. Erin McDonald gave UConn buckets yesterday, and she made it known that she wasn't scared of him. So there's definitely a bunch of people that are definitely going to succeed at the next level.
So tonight is the Final Four for the men's basketball March Madness. So it's Gonzaga at UCLA and Baylor at Houston. Excuse me, not at, but like versus.
Yeah.
Brandon and I were just saying, we didn't think Houston was like that good of a basketball team.
Yeah, they're kind of just playing with a chip on their shoulder, but I think Baylor's going to be too much for them to overcome. As checking in right now, Baylor is destroying them. So
really, what's the score?
So it's actually 54-76 right now, Baylor. With a minute to go.
Okay.
So Baylor's going to the national championship.
Gonzaga's right after this, right?
Yeah, Gonzaga plays at 8.
So Baylor's going to the championship.
Baylor's going to the national championship. So
I think Gonzaga's winning because UCLA is a very good rebounding team, but Gonzaga. It's just like
Gonzaga's not even fair.
They're very
tall,
fair. So their height's going to match up well against UCLA.
Gonzaga's not fair
at all.
They have
3 legit NBA players.
They do. Corey Crisper, Drew Timme, and
bro, whoever that kid is with the mustache is
Drew Timme has the mustache.
Bro, he's insane with the sweatband.
Yeah,
I love it.
That team is really good. Jalen Suggs is projected to be like a top 3 pick.
Yes.
Drew Timme is going to be.
You see, his best friends with
Paige Beckers. Yeah, Jalen Suggs is really good because he can really pass the ball. He can do a lot on the floor. Drew Timme, even though he's unathletic, he has a great footwork. Can really like. He can pass as well for big man. Corey Crisper, first team All-American. So your team is stacked, and they have other players like Joel Ayayi, who on any other team in the nation probably would have been like the main guy. But the Gonzaga is stacked. I'd be shocked if UCLA beats them. UCLA is like one of those like I can't call a team like UCLA like a Cinderella, but like they weren't expected to be
11.
here. Yeah,
They're 11,
they weren't expected to be here in the first place. I mean, the only chance.
Who did they just beat? Michigan.
They just beat Michigan. So they beat Michigan and Alabama. So they obviously deserve it because no one thought they were going to beat either of those teams. So they could have a chance today, but that chance is very slim.
So Gonzaga right now is 30-0.
Yeah.
Last team to go undefeated, so 32-0 is 1970.
Was it Indiana?
I don't remember the team, but it was 1976. And this coach, I can't remember the record, but he's over like 100 and something positive, the Gonzaga coach, because he was that past assistant coach. Then they didn't have enough money to pay that head coach. But Gonzaga just beat USC, and USC is probably one of the better defensive teams.
Yeah, and they made them look dumb.
Exactly. So. As soon as they lock up the 3, they just get easy lanes to the basket every single play. So I think it's easily going to be Gonzaga, and as we know now, Baylor. Who's going to win that game?
Gonzaga.
I think there's no way to beat Gonzaga. It's just like
Baylor has a chance because like they have like a deep guard.
Hey,
so
32-0.
Yeah, I mean,
won at some point.
Yeah, hey,
no 30-0 right now.
30-0 right now, but
they're bound to lose.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe
it's possible, but I mean, Gonzaga definitely has the best chance right now because I mean they have the deepest team, like, and they have good guard play. Marcio T, Davion Mitchell, Jared Butler, they're all gonna go to the NBA, and Davion Mitchell can really play defense, so they have a chance. But that's like the best. Obviously, no one else has a better chance.
Do you think it's gonna be a blowout like how it is tonight with Baylor, or do you think it's gonna be close? And how close?
I say within like 10.
Probably. I think Gonzaga wins by 8 to 10. 8 to 10.
I hope so.
8 to 10, or they could lose. Gonzaga could lose that game if they're not playing the A game.
Wow. When's it? What time is it on tonight?
So Gonzaga's playing. Oh, what are you talking about? UCLA and Gonzaga or
Gonzaga?
Gonzaga UCLA. I think will be a blowout. If Gonzaga wins that and versus Baylor, I think Gonzaga can win by like 8 to 10.
And then when are Baylor and Gonzaga gonna play?
They'll play on Monday.
Monday.
Yeah.
Okay. Monday night.
Yeah, the women's championship is tomorrow, Stanford, Arizona, and then Monday would be the men's championship.
We have to watch that game.
Yeah.
We have to watch that game. What anything like who besides Gonzaga? I feel like for college basketball, because usually for the NBA and the NFL, you can see which teams are going to be dominant next year. I feel for college basketball, it's like the same teams every single year, and then a few Cinderellas that always make it far.
But this year is definitely interesting because like the Blue Bloods weren't good like that. So like
who?
The Blue Bloods.
Yeah.
UNC, Duke.
Kentucky.
UNC. Speaking of UNC, Roy Jones just retired. Great career.
Yep.
Legend. So Kentucky was terrible.
He was. Yeah.
Kentucky was terrible this year. Duke was not really good. So definitely this year was a little bit different. Like so teams like Illinois usually aren't good. They were very
good this year.
Very good this year. So this year was definitely a better year.
Oral Bobs.
Yeah. So this year was good, cool in the sense like a lot of like different teams, but.
I wish Loyola Chicago would have went to at least like the Final Four.
Yeah, because
Sister Jean, she needs something. Ian Bigwig, whatever his name is, he's insane.
Yeah.
I think that's all for today, right?
Yes.
I think that's all for tonight. Thank you guys for joining us for the 7th episode of DBD Sports Show. Let's give it a round of applause. All right, before we finish off tonight, make sure you guys follow us and subscribe on Spotify, Apple Music, Instagram. Make sure you guys stay in touch. Excuse me, not stay in touch, but just stay up to date.
Yeah, stay up to date with us, you know.
All right, have a good one, you guys.